What's up everyone, it's Iceman Oz, aka Jay, and in today's video I've got for you guys the top 5 reasons why Battlefield Hardline flopped. Now I'd like to preface this by saying that I don't think Hardline is that bad of a game. I personally get some enjoyment out of it, but I completely understand the reasons why a lot of people don't like it and why the player base has dropped so much. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Coming in at number 5 is competitive. Now, if you've played Battlefield Hardline and you've tried the competitive modes like Crosshair, for example, you will know initially that these things had problems and they just really didn't latch on with the Battlefield community. A reason for this is they didn't add a ranked mode or anything to really support it, and it really didn't have any other differentials from the basic team deathmatch and the basic modes within the game. So by that point, there's no actual reason to try the competitive modes, which is why it died. Coming in at number 4 is the Cops and Robbers theme. Now for some people this was a really cool concept, and for me personally I thought it was okay. Unfortunately though, it really comes down again to the Battlefield community not receiving it well. And despite the Cops and Robbers theme, it was merely just a DLC on top of Battlefield 4 that people were not willing to pay the $60. Coming in at number 3, Hotwire. Now, originally it was thought to be really good because it plays like Conquest originally, and the whole idea is it's a mobile Conquest and there's more variants within the mode, making it strictly better than Conquest. Unfortunately, things like C4 and RPGs hitting the vehicles that are the objectives, it made the mode extremely frustrating. Not to mention you could just drive around constantly with no significant challenge, meaning that you'd get easy level ups and it would simply be a broken game mechanic. Now, number 2 is a reason that is really personal to me, and that is the lack of squad deathmatch. Now, I started Battlefield, and I really got into Battlefield based on squad deathmatch back in Battlefield 3. Also, Battlefield Bad Company 2's was really good as well. Battlefield 4 less so because it had less emphasis on it, and it really just seemed more like a team match just in squads, while Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2 had their own thing with LAVs. However, in Hardline, this was non-existent altogether. The takeaway of such a classic mode really influenced the game as a whole, and what made people see this as more of their best impression of Call of Duty rather than a Battlefield game. Definitely a huge implementation for me personally again, but I also think there are a couple of people that obviously noticed it. I can't be the only one. That's what really frustrated them. Just another reason to hate the game. And coming in at number 1, way too similar to Battlefield 4. Now, it can be argued that Battlefield Hardline has a huge infantry base, which that in itself is enough to make it its own purchase. But for many though, it was way too similar to Battlefield 4 aesthetically, gunplay-wise, and the rage-inducing things that came from Battlefield 4 are also in this game. While some changes that they tried to separate Hardline to Battlefield 4, like less vehicles, was really a takeaway from the game, not an addition. People blame the similarity to short development time in Hardline, however that's not the case. According to reports, Hardline was in development for years. However, when it came to the actual game, it really was far too similar for Battlefield 4 for people to make the switch. So there it is guys, another top 5 list. I'll have another one coming up very soon, probably in a couple of weeks, but what I'd like you guys to do is let me know in the comments section below what you think about Battlefield Hardline. What's the reason you stopped playing? Let me know in the comments section below. But there it is guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and peace.